was Monday morning, and I arrived in my office, and my voicemail was completely full. The minute I sat down, put my bags down, and started hearing the messages, my blood pressure dropped. No puedo creer que hiciste esto. I can't believe you did this. Confiamos en ti. We trusted you. ¿Cómo se te ocurre hacerle esto a mi hijo? How dare you do this to my son? I was being impersonated as a probation officer for the state of Colorado. As a Denver juvenile probation officer, I was impersonated. A man said he was me to get to a 15-year-old child. Physically, I started sweating. My blood pressure dropped. Emotionally, fear and anxiety came in, knocked on my door, entered my body. I started doubting and asking myself, what the hell did you do? What could he have done to stop this? Mentally, I started spinning and spinning and spinning. Because I was overanalyzing, I started becoming overwhelmed. And I started questioning, what am I doing as a probation officer? My meaning and purpose was being questioned because of somebody else's mistake. As I went to my supervisor to let them know there's like 30 messages, curse words, insults, anger, frustration, she said, Alex, did you do this? I'm like, no. Then let it go. There will be an investigation. Let it go. But one of the things I couldn't do is separate the profession from the human. I was a professional, but something happened in the professional realm that impacted me as a human individual. Today I'm going to talk to you of how, as professionals and humans, we can use a simple concept, not my chicken, to set boundaries, to protect, and to honor 5 domains of ourself. So how did this come about? I was holding space for an individual that's very near and dear in my heart. And as I was holding space for this individual, they had work at a local grocery store. And their responsibility was to fry the chicken in the deli. They would come in the morning and they would have to fry their chicken for the noon rush and fry the chicken for the dinner rush. And he said, Alex, there's this 2 elderly couple that always come in and they always ask for a piece of cheese and a piece of ham, and I'm frying the chicken. And our number one responsibility is customer service. Whatever the customer asks, you give it to them. If it's a piece of cheese or if it's a wing of chicken, you give it to them. And that was my responsibility. But as I'm serving them, giving them a piece of cheese, a piece of ham, a slice of potato, I'm hearing beep, 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 and the chicken's burning. After 3 weeks of having to deal with these elderly couple that don't buy anything, I lost it. I cursed at them. So what did the elderly couple do? They reported him. And as they reported him, what happened was that he had to go into some classes to manage his anger. And I said, well, let me ask you this. What was your number one responsibility? Customer service. Second, chicken. I said, okay. Number 1, did you follow through with customer service? Yes, I did. Did you lose your job because of the chicken burning? No. Did they move you from departments? No. Did they cut your pay? No. Did they cut your hours? No. So why are you losing your temper, getting upset with chicken that doesn't belong to you? It's not your chicken. It is not your chicken. You're getting mad, upset, dysregulated over something that doesn't belong to you. And then he said, well, if we're going to think about it that way, there's a lot of things that I take on that doesn't belong to me in my life, in my relationship, with my children, with my family, and it hit me. There it is, not my chicken. And I'm like, me too. There are things that we take on that impact us, dysregulate us in 5 domains. And I'm going to use the 5 domains and teach you these 5 domains with a simple acronym, PERMS, as in perm. P, when I take on chicken that doesn't belong to me, something that doesn't belong to me, it impacts me physically. The way I breathe, the way my heart rate, how I interact with other people. They can sense I start sweating. E, emotionally, I let fear, anxiety, stress come in. R, relational. When I take on people's chicken, it affects my relationship that I have with me. I start second guessing, doubting my capacities, my skills. And because of that, it impacts how I interrelate with other people. So family, coworkers, friends, employees start picking up that something's off. M, mental. What I think, what I believe, what I value starts getting questioned because I'm taking other people's chicken and making it mine. And the last one, S, spiritually. What gives me meaning and purpose, what feeds my essence and my soul and my core is questioned because I take on what does not belong to me. You know, as I stand here and I talk to you guys about PERMS and not my chicken, I'll be the very first one to know that. I have not solidified this and mastered this. Because let me tell you, I am married and my husband is an educator first and second a counselor, and I'm a counselor as well. So imagine, I'm going off ranting and my husband does something, he has a hand gesture. Alex, yeah, is that your chicken? And he does this hand gesture, like, is it your chicken? No, let it go. I know, but is it your chicken? Let it go. And there's a part of me is like, at least validate, it's not your chicken. You're taking on something that doesn't belong to you. Let it go. And there are times that I'm just, in my room or I'm sitting down, I'm just spinning. He's like, hey, is that your chicken? No, then let it go. And so because of this, I do something with my husband called, hey, can we check in? And I was able to connect this all together. And I said, when things are not my chicken, it's affecting me, PERMS, in my 5 domains, I need to do a chicken check-in. And when I do a chicken check-in, I do it with people that I trust, with people that I love, such as my husband, and I have my soul tribe. They know who they are, and some of them are here. My soul tribe are people that I can be authentic, genuine, send a text. I have a code word called VText. Hey, it's a VText. Code word VText. It's a vulnerable text. I'm being human. VText. This is what's coming up for me. I just need to bounce off because something in my 5 domains is off, and I need a VText so that because I'm taking something that's not mine, and they are able to come back and how can I be present for you? What do you need? How can I help you? This is why a chicken check-in is so important, and it can be done Sunday nights at dinner with your family. I do it with my husband as much as I can, when I can. Sometimes I do it with colleagues, with people that I trust, that I care for. Hey, can we have some lunch? Can we just check in with each other? And by doing this, it helps me be a better human in addition to being a better professional. Because see, something we have to understand, and I want you to really hear this, the profession cannot exist without the human. Let me repeat that. The profession cannot exist without the human. The probation officer position cannot exist without the probation officer. The counseling position cannot exist without the counselor. The hairdresser cannot exist without the hairdresser. There's an intersectionality that comes between the profession and the human that cannot be divided, but needs to be taken care of. So not my chicken is a coping skill. It's a technique and a tool that we can use as humans and as professionals. So somebody has asked me, so then what is my chicken? Alex, what is my chicken? My chicken is Alex. I'm Alex Castro Croy, LPC, licensed professional counselor, licensed addictional counselor, approved treatment provider, EMDR, LMNOP, whatever, right? But before all of the acronyms, first is Alex. My chicken is to take care of Alex. My chicken is to check in with Alex. Check in on physical, check in on emotional, check in on relational with myself and how I'm relating to others in my personal life and professional life. Check in with myself mentally, and most of all, check in with myself spiritually, my essence, my soul, my core. With this chicken, not my chicken, and PERMS, I give it to you. I donate it to you to use it as a human and as you are performing as a human in your profession. Thank you.